Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to the channel. I hope you've all been having a really wonderful Friday. And I wanted to come on tonight and do a little bit of a reading today. So I am going to start by shuffling the traditional tarot cards. And I want to say as well that I've been feeling a lot of really intense energy, especially really the last few weeks, but it's definitely been culminating into kind of peak moments of intensity. And I know that many of you listening here are very sensitive to energies, and you might be feeling some of this as well from time to time. I'm getting that some of that collective energy could actually be manifesting itself as anxiety. And I'm also hearing that lingering patterns or things that you may have thought that you had healed out of may actually come back from time to time as the energies are very intense right now. So I'm getting a message to relay from your guides that all really is well, that you are on the right path here, and that whatever intensity you may be going through or experiencing, it will pass, just like waves on the ocean. Also, with this intensity comes both extremes, both polarities, we could say. And with that wave metaphor, it got me thinking of how waves can be catalysts. Powerful waves can push us forward if we learn how to navigate them, but equally, if we get swept under them, it can feel a little bit overwhelming. So there's both ends of the extremes there. And the reason that's coming up is because I'm getting that for many of you listening, you may feel as though you are experiencing life or energies in these two extremes at this time, where you may have really high highs or moments of tremendous peace or happiness. You may also have what we would label as lows, where you feel in a really dark, confusing, intense place. So I just want you to know that nothing is going wrong in all of that. Again, it's the same kind of intensity just being felt in two directions, either to what we label as the negative or what we label as the positive. And of course, the more we learn to surrender into whatever we're experiencing without needing to judge and label ourselves or even label our experiences necessarily as positive or negative, the more that we really become empowered to ride those waves of our life. So I'm going to go ahead. I know I said I was going to pull some traditional tarot cards, but I'm also feeling really guided to the Starseed Oracle at this time. So 2 cards came out here. And the cards that have come out of this reading are Your Life is a Canvas, Artist, Manifestation, Creative Accountability, and also the Courageous Peony, Multifaceted, Unique Nature. Let yourself be seen. So first of all, a message I'm getting is that this intense energy that we're feeling and experiencing can actually be powerfully channeled, whether that's being channeled through creative things, through different endeavors. And so there may be a message here about taking some of what you are feeling and allowing yourself to put that energy into something creative or productive for yourself or your life. Now, with the Courageous Peony, I'm getting a message that you are letting your authentic light shine through brighter than ever before. And as a result of this, you're going to be increasingly attracting both positive and negative reactions from people around you and from the collective generally. And this isn't just happening at that individual level. I'm getting that we are seeing this play out on a global scale as well. We are seeing that the light is triggering the unconscious shadow and the projection of that shadow. And I'm just hearing a message of continuing to hold and be the light rather than getting caught up and swept up in the shadow, to really allow yourself to focus on the light, on following the light, whatever that is for you personally. Following what feels aligned for you and focusing on grounding yourself through all of this rather than allowing yourself to get swept up in the unconscious projection of shadow from those who are still in the process of waking up from this physical 3D matrix. Because I'm hearing that much of the collective is actually going through that very intense, overwhelming awakening and ego death that you went through most likely months or years ago. So you are, if you've aligned with this video, most likely ahead of the curve in the sense that you've already gone through a collective awakening, or I should say you've gone through a personal awakening that is now being reflected at the collective level. So I'm going to see if there is an Ask Angels card here. And this card says meditation brings answers. So spending time in stillness with yourself, clearing your mind, clearing your energy is going to be so essential for helping you to really utilize and harness the intense energies at this time towards creative outlets rather than being kind of swept up by them. So I know that many of these messages so far have really been more of a download style reading. A lot of these have been more so channeled messages for your personal path as a spiritual being here on earth. So do let me know what, if anything, is resonating with you so far from the reading. Also, if you like these styles of reading videos. Okay, so now let's finally pull a few actual oracle cards here. And we have the Sun card. So this is my new beginning card. This is my card for you transitioning into a brand new phase of your life. And the fact that this card is sitting on the root chakra tells me that new phase of your life is really beginning to manifest itself in very visceral, physical 3D ways. So what else can I channel about this new beginning? It's very much in alignment with your soul, with the Temple Path card here in the upright position. I'm not sure why, but throughout this reading, I keep getting the overwhelming urge to cry, but not from a place of sadness, more from a place of emotional relief, almost like a release of sorts. So some of you may actually have that feeling. I'm hearing for some of you listening, there may actually be pent up emotions caught in your energetic or emotional body that are really asking to be expressed or released in whatever way feels aligned for you personally. So that could be through something that you create, that could be through journaling, that could be through some form of self-healing exercise like an inner child healing or something of that sort, a meditation, a visualization. But I feel as though for someone listening, you may have some stored or locked emotions that are kind of wanting to be expressed or released. For others of you, because time doesn't exist at the level of energy, This could be something you've already experienced. So you may have already gone through some kind of massive emotional release today. Okay, so what else can I channel for the beautiful soul tuned into this reading? So in this new beginning, this next phase that you are stepping into, I'm seeing you radiating a really authentic, grounded sense of confidence with the solar plexus card. And I just so clearly heard, I know my value. I know my worth. And that really feels representative of you and your mindset at this time, that you are operating from a place of really recognizing your true worth and value. And I'm hearing that this is creating energetic boundaries around you, particularly in friendships, romantic relationships, and in social environments. And these boundaries are especially important, particularly considering the intensity of the energies that we are experiencing collectively at this time that we spoke on earlier. With the walking away card in the upright position, this is sitting between the heart and the throat chakras. So there may have been something sitting on your heart for a while, something in your life that perhaps you've been feeling it's time to release or walk away from. Or maybe this is less a literal walking away for you. And this may be finally expressing or speaking your truth to this person or about this situation, expressing something that's been weighing on your heart. But however this applies for you personally, I'm picking up that this is coming from that healed solar plexus chakra energy, that healed sense of your worth and value. I'm getting there may have been someone or an environment or something in your life where you felt as though you had to show up a diluted version of yourself in order to remain 3D connected with that particular person, thing, job, situation, etc. And maybe things have been reaching this breaking point where you are realizing that for your own energetic and emotional well-being, you have to get something off your chest or speak your truth to this person or situation, even if you risk losing that connection, losing that thing or whatever it is in the physical 3D world. And of course, your intuition is always the guidance system for your life. So all of my messages in these readings are really just meant to be a tool, a bridge of sorts to assist you in that process of more consciously reconnecting with that voice within yourself. So you know how or if this connects for you, if there is something that you've been wanting to express or get off your chest to a person in some form. Okay, so is there anything else I can channel from the energy oracle cards? Well, another card came flying out here. Okay, so this is the thinking man. I'm hearing that you are carrying such a highly sensitive energy at this time, meaning you've raised your vibration to a very high level through the inner work you've done, through the spiritual awakening you've undergone. And as a result of this, you are very much a fine-tuned instrument, energetically speaking. I'm seeing a fine-tuned like violin, and just like that violin would be greatly impacted by drastic changes in the atmosphere and the weather, you are very much affected by shifts in the collective, and there is a lot of lower vibrational and anxious energy in the collective consciousness, in the grid at this time. And I'm hearing that you are picking up on this in a very real and visceral way. And once again, I'm getting that message of really caring for yourself, really being gentle for yourself, grounding yourself, because you are the mission, you are the vessel, meaning you are that beacon of light, of love, that is vibrationally having such a profound impact on the planet. Your mission is you showing up day after day, committing to yourself, loving yourself, having the courage to live in your authenticity and shine your light, whatever that means for you personally. So I'm going to go ahead and reshuffle the cards. Because this is such an energetically intense time, I also do want to share with you the tool that I use most for clearing and grounding my own energy, especially at times like this. And these are subliminals. So for those of you who don't know, subliminals are audio meditations, and they contain unconscious spoken affirmations that are embedded within other sounds, tones, and frequencies. Now, this creates a masking effect, which is why subliminals are particularly effective, because they're able to bypass the conscious filter of the mind and make deeper, more lasting impressions on the subconscious mind. And it's actually our subconscious mind that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life. So I've personally found that through using subliminals on a daily basis for several years now, I've been able to shift my energy, to align my vibration, and manifest many of my own desires in my life. So I am now sharing my subliminals through my app, Sound and Soulful. As you can see on the screen, on this app, I have over 130 subliminals for essentially every area of life. And when you sign up for a 7-day free trial account on the app, you can access any subliminal I've created. You can also listen in multiple different background sound options. You can create your own custom private playlists, and you can even read the affirmations while you are listening. So specifically, given today's reading, I would most highly recommend my subliminal called 7 Chakra Clearing. And also specifically, if you're feeling some of the anxieties around the planet at this time, I would also recommend my subliminal for deep anxiety relief. So of course, that one is pretty self-explanatory. It's really meant to help you to deeply relax your mind, body, and soul and release any lingering anxieties. The 7 Chakra Clearing Subliminal is more so a very deep level, comprehensive energy clearing tool, and it's meant to release any limiting beliefs or blockages stored within your energy body to raise your vibration and help you attract more love, happiness, and success into your life. So the link to download the Sound and Soulful app and try out any subliminal I've created free for 7 days is in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Okay, so I'm going to pull just a few final messages here. What are a few messages for the beautiful souls tuned into this reading? Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords. This can be, I'm hearing this card is about, in this context, this is about riding the waves, being flexible with your life. I see someone literally just floating on top of the waves of very intense emotions that they might be experiencing. And it's interesting because right after this, we have the 10 of Cups energy. This is a card of stability, security, this can represent a great deal of happiness, like feeling deeply fulfilled on all levels. And that actually is the kind of energy I see you shifting into. But again, it's requiring this brave surrender, this allowing yourself to flow with life. I'm hearing without holding on too tightly to anything. So you might know what that means for you specifically. This is kind of a light at the end of the tunnel energy. So if you've been going through a particularly difficult time with the Nine of Swords reversed, I really see recovery. I see things lightening up for you, continuing to improve for you gradually. And with the Sun card upright, it's interesting we got the Sun from two different decks. And in this deck, this really means a positive era, freedom, success, happiness. And that combined with the Ten of Cups, it indicates to me this transitional period taking place in your life where it's like you are transitioning from that Seven of Swords and from that Nine of Swords reversed energy to something very bright, stable, and happy. So I know that many aspects of this reading have been a little bit general. I just really wanted to come on with this message because I felt it was one that someone really needed to hear tonight. And if so, I hope you know how this connected for you personally. I will be pulling one final Rumi Oracle card to close the reading. Of course, if you feel a resonance here, I would love for you to subscribe to the channel, join our beautiful community of like-minded, conscious, creative beings here on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And the Rumi Oracle to come out here is actually Sacred Union. And the guidebook here says, only the oneness of love and the lover is eternal. Surrender your heart into this union, for all else in this world is momentary. Rumi. And the guidebook also says, indeed, you have intended to show up for what is, to seek out the genius of life through unconditional acceptance, instead of judging and fearing, resisting what is, as though it were a big mistake, perhaps caused by the ignorance within. No, you do not seek to hide from love anymore. You have been learning step by step how to embrace it and allow it to embrace you. What a journey you are taking. So that feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. And of course, if you feel guided to the two subliminals I recommended for those of you resonating here, those are the 7 chakra clearing and the deep anxiety relief. And those, of course, come from my Subliminals app, which is sound and soulful. The link to download the app will be in the pinned comment and description box underneath this video. Have a beautiful day, and I will connect with you here again in the next reading.